Welcome to lesson number 1. We're extremely excited to be here. Today we're going to show you probably one of the most important techniques of the entire course, and that is how to escape the mount position. When you find yourself underneath a much bigger, heavier, stronger opponent, which is probably one of the worst case scenarios you're going to find yourself in a real fight. Let me demonstrate. So from here, of course, fights start standing up. We know that. And later in the course, we're going to teach you how to effectively get the fight to the ground and get control of your opponent in the process. But let's say the opponent is bigger and stronger than you are. They get a hold of you, they throw you on the ground, and now they're on top of you. This is the worst case for this reason. He can't punch me, but I can punch him. So from here, he needs to have very effective escape strategies and escape techniques, because otherwise he's going to get beat up. The problem with not having a specific plan when you find yourself in the bottom of the mount is that you're going to exhaust yourself when you panic and go crazy to escape. He knows pushing me left, pushing me right. I'm going to hold him down, I'm going to stabilize. He's going to exhaust his energy. If he tries to go for some dirty tricks of going for the groin, going for the eyes or the face or the throat, those all might work, but there aren't any guarantees. He goes for the groin, I get angry, I sit up, I smash his face, so it's not a very good trade. Unless he knocks me out, it's going to make the situation worse. We need plans that will not exhaust all of our energy and will get us out against a stronger opponent. So, in this class, we're going to teach you 3 variations for how to escape the mount position, starting with the standard variation that is used when the person's hands are on your chest or throat. When they're here holding you down, what you want to do is this: trap and roll. One more time. Check this out. What happened here is this. As I'm holding Hiron's chest down, of course, I could be punching, I could have him in a headlock, or I could be grabbing him here. Right now, standard variation, the person's hands are on your chest, pinning you down. Look what Hiron does. He takes his hand and he hooks my wrist. Opposite hand grabs my wrist, same side hand grabs the elbow. Now, the key detail is down below. He also traps my foot on the same side as the trapped arm. The reasoning here is that when he bridges his hips up, when Hiron elevates his pelvis, it's gonna throw me off balance. And if I don't have my hand to post out to save myself, guess what? I'm gonna fall. So while my arm is pinned to his chest and the foot is trapped, watch what happens. He lifts his hips straight up, I can't post out, and I'm gone. And that's the magic. And of course from here you have options. You can stay on top of the fight, you can attack the person, or you can choose to get up and get away. One more time, a little more detail. Notice how when Hiron grabs my wrist, it's a monkey grip or a thumbless grip. He's hooking like this. If you were to grab with a regular human grip, my hand slips out the side door. When you hook with a monkey grip, you have much more leverage preventing them from posting their hand out. And the most amazing part is, even against a much stronger opponent, the person on the bottom has more leverage to prevent the arm, my arm, from slipping out, because he's using all the muscles of his back and I'm using the small shoulder muscles here to put my hand out. He's gonna win every time. So if the hand's on your chest, this is the best way to trap it. The other hand grabs behind the elbow. Now, there are 2 ways you can do that, the right way and the wrong way. If Hiron grabs like that, my arm can pull out and I can break free and post my hands out and prevent the rollover. When he grabs the wrist and grabs the elbow, he grabs the back of the elbow as if he was holding a glass of water. If he holds it like this, I can't pull my arm out the back, I can't post my hand out laterally, so my arm is completely trapped in this situation. Look at the foot trap. Hiron places his foot right next to my foot and he angles his knee slightly to the outside. You don't want to have, let go for a sec. You don't want to put your foot here and have your knee kind of bent like that. This is very uncomfortable and ineffective as a leg trap. So what happens is if their foot is here, you want to go out and kind of drag it to the middle, kind of bring it in close to your hips. Once you have that foot trap, keep your knee slightly pointed out, and while remaining controlled on the wrist and elbow and foot, he's going to slowly bridge his hips up as high as he can. Gravity takes over and he rolls right to his knees. Notice when I'm on the bottom, notice my elbow right here. This elbow is what keeps his foot accessible. If my elbow's up like this, I can't trap his foot now. It's all connected. So my elbow's tucked in and I hold behind the elbow and the wrist. The arm is very well trapped right here. Now Hiron's holding my arm snug, but he's not wasting every ounce of energy. He's holding it just tight enough to where I can't post my hand up. And that changes for everyone, so make sure you try and have the top person try to post their hand out. Right now I'm trying to post out, but there's no way because his leverage is far too great. So with that arm trapped very well, he's gonna lift his hips up very slowly. Now watch, When you roll your hips, it's not just a roll. Show them this roll. It's not just a roll. You're not a log rolling down a hill. You hold your arm to your chest, trap the foot, and you go 12 o'clock. And then once you max out, you turn on your shoulder and step right to your knees. So your pelvis elevates straight up, shoulder pivot, and then a step over directly to your knees where you can continue the fight, move on top, or get away if you have a choice.
Very common mistake is to raise your hips up and land on your side.
And then roll to your belly and then get up from your belly. No good, it's not very efficient. We want to go right to our knees because that's going to set us up for the next technique. So, one more time. Here's how we want you to practice this with your partner. He's here, secure your wrist, your elbow, and the foot on the same side, all on the same side. Now, when he does all of this, notice how he does not trap this foot on the other side. So he's only trapping one side of my body. If he accidentally trapped this foot here, when he goes to roll me, watch this, hook. The hook is in. There's no more roll. This hook neutralizes the entire move. So he don't have to make sure to bring that foot inside. So one side is trapped, the other side is completely left alone. Wrist control is nice.
As you learn this move, you can begin to trap all three, the wrist, the elbow, and the foot, all at the same time. Watch how slowly I'm gonna do this, but it's a fairly simple move, so they all three land together.
And now in slow motion, then the hips go into separate motions.
Notice Henner's shoulder right here. He rolls over his shoulder.
I tuck.
Instead of landing like that.
A safety tip is to make sure you tuck your shoulder in so the landing is not as painful on the person who's getting rolled off, on the bad guy.
Always protect yourself.
Look,
this
tuck and go right to the knees. Okay, so real quickly, if you're alone, here's the solo preparation drill. Elbows in tight, secure the wrist, the elbow. Wrist is a thumbless grip, elbow is a thumb full grip, and trap the foot on the same side. Grab it and drag it in. From here, all together now. Hips, 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 and right to your knees. Then the hands come in, and you're gone, or you're getting them.
When he traps my arm, I pull my arm back, but only 30-40%. He's learning. So in this class and every class, when you give resistance, the resistance is just a little bit, and as you see they're getting better, you slowly increase the resistance. Notice how he's not raising his hips up on his head. He's bridging on his shoulders.
No pressure.
You don't want to strain your neck.
Your head, if your head is on the ground, it should barely be resting. So, in very slow motion, trapping, bridging, and rolling. One detail here, one more detail. His hands can be positioned many different ways. Choke, grabbing like shirt or chest, forearm choke on the neck. Any one of these is standard variation. Trap the arm right to your chest. Anytime the arm is placed in front of your chest, it falls in the standard category. So that's when you would use the wrist, elbow, and foot trap. Again, drag the foot in, hips straight up, max out with the hips, and go right to your knees and get ready to back up or jump on. Super slow motion. With this technique and all future techniques, you should try it on one side, on the comfortable side. Start there, nice and easy. Once you develop your reflexes and you feel very comfortable on one side, only then should you try the other side. Okay, so take your time, and most importantly, give your partner feedback. Like Hidon says, resistance should be minimal at first, slowly work your way up, very slowly, and give each other feedback so you guys can benefit from each other's, information and knowledge. Cool, nice and slow. Perfect the standard variation, and you'll be ready for the punch block variation, which is coming up next.